Let's take a look at the homework, solving quadratics using square roots. So we have x squared equals 225. And like we said in class, when you have perfect squares on either side of the equal sign, it's going to make it easier than trying to find a equals, b equals, c equals, and working at it from there. So x squared equals 225. So we are going to take the square root of both sides, and we're going to get x equals plus or minus 15. And remember, it's positive 15 and negative 15 because 15 times 15 is 225, and negative 15 times negative 15 is 225. So now we have x squared equals negative 100. Remember, if we take the square root of a negative sign, we are going to get an imaginary number. So this one is no real solution. Negative 25 equals x squared. Same thing. Can't take the square root of a negative number and get a real solution. So we have no real solution. 3x squared minus 75 equals 100. So let's go ahead and add 75 to both sides. 3x squared equals 75. And we are going to divide both sides by 3, and we will get x squared equals 25. Take the square root of both sides. You have x equals plus or minus 5. Number 9, we're going to subtract 64 from both sides, and we have 49x squared equals negative 64. Now, got that negative sign. We cannot get a real solution. Be careful with these problems because they're going to trick you. You've got a perfect square here and a perfect square there. Just be aware of that negative 64. Now in this case, we're going to add 16 to both sides. So you have 16 equals 4x squared. And you can divide by 4. So you have 16 divided by 4 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides, and you have the square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Or we just have plus or minus 2 equals x, so you can simplify. This problem here, be careful because some of you may see the negative 16 and say, oh, it's got a negative, we can't get a real solution, but if you bring that over to the other side, it does become positive. Now the last two, we are going to have to use a calculator. You're going to divide both sides by 3. You have x squared equals, 81 divided by 3. X squared equals 27. Square root of both sides. Go ahead and use your calculator. And you have 5.19, or x equals plus or minus 5.2. Last one, add 5x squared to both sides. 100 equals 5x squared divided by 5. 20 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides. You have 4.47 plus or minus equals x. And this is how you're going to solve quadratics using square roots.